So every year, this hotel in my city holds a convention called Anime Oasis. I love this con, don't get me wrong, but in the second year of going, there were some things that rubbed me the wrong way. So first things first, I was 16 at the time, so I could obviously take care of myself. Well, my friend Jay drove me there, since I didn't have a driver's license or even a permit at the time. Jay took me to the con for all of the 4 days, but she expected me to be with her 24/7. Jay went to the event that I didn't want to go to, so I had some time to wander and meet new people. I found this group of people that were really amazing, but most of them were older than me, the oldest being 20. I texted her to make sure she knew where I was, but she flipped out over the danger of me getting kidnapped. We didn't talk for the rest of the con. On the second day, I was having a really great time with the group. They were cosplaying from Supernatural like me. I was genderbent Castiel, so we all shared a nice common interest. Eventually, we were heading up to the balcony to do a photo shoot when this guy a few years older than me, cosplaying as Crowley, decided it was a good idea to greet me by hugging me in his insanely strong grip. One of the group members actually had to get him to back off. After we got the photo shoot done, we were just hanging out and making jokes, when the Crowley guy pulls out a vape. He was trying to get everyone to try it, and claim that it wasn't bad for you, even though I have the belief that it is, and he wouldn't leave us alone. So here we had this overly huggy guy trying to cuddle us while he vaped. Awkward. The third day didn't have as many bad encounters, except for an obnoxious group of preteen Homestuck cosplayers that got body paint all over the balcony. It was gross, and the poor janitors had to spend like 2 hours scrubbing it off. They also left Faygo bottles everywhere. Then came the fourth day, which was by far the worst. Jay was still mad at me. The Crowley cosplayer wouldn't leave us alone. We managed to ditch him a few times, but it just landed us in an even bigger creep. This guy was old, probably in his 40s, and was cosplaying genderbent Discord from MLP. He was greasy and smelled horrid, and kept coming up to the balcony and bugging our group. The worst part was that he was a total creep. If you said anything bad about MLP, he would absolutely flip. He was very large, and it was pretty scary to be threatened by someone that big, especially at something that was supposed to be friendly, like a con. He, like the Crowley cosplayer, loved giving people hugs, even without their consent, and would tell them to lighten up if they acted like they didn't want one. The night only got more interesting from there. At around 10 or 11, they host this formal dance, and my group was going. Well, the whole thing was populated by, you guessed it, Homestucks, with unsealed body paint and creepy guys and girls. Naturally, we ditched that, only to find the Crowley cosplayer who invited himself back in our group. We had another girl with us, and she had just broken up with her boyfriend, so this creep decided to try and hit on her. The thing is, she was so desperate, she let the guy do all sorts of stuff to her, like grabbing her butt. He even tried to get her to go stay in the hotel room, which at this point made us physically drag her over to the balcony with us. On the balcony, we were greeted by hordes of drunks. The fourth Doctor cosplayer was passed out right next to me after trying to hit on me, and I was underage at the time. The people were really loud, flat out rude, but we stayed on the balcony for the rest of the con. I had to leave before the rest of my group, so I decided to take an elevator down with Jay since she wasn't mad at me anymore. We got on the elevator and got around 2 floors before this drunk guy decided to get in with us. He said things like, "You look sexy," and "Why aren't you lovely ladies out drinking?" and tried to follow us outside. I never ran so fast in my life. We booked it out of there, and to home, and thus ended our adventure. Now, I made that wall of text make the sound of the con like it was terrible and traumatizing, but I was just telling the gory details of the bad parts. I had a lot of fun buying merchandise, going to panels, hanging out with my group. I had totally supported this con, and I've gone to it for like 4 years after that. They weren't nearly as bad as what happened on my dreaded second convention, and the worst thing that happened to me was getting unwanted hugs from people. And with that, I say happy con going.